Retiring in big European cities like Paris, Barcelona, Naples, or Lisbon is not appealing for those seeking peace and tranquility in their golden years. The pace of life in and around the large metro areas can get overwhelming at times, and with a fast-paced work environment, constant tourism, and heavy traffic, everything can seem rushed. Most retirees are drawn to a more measured and authentic way of life that is far away from the hectic chaos. So therefore, in this video, we have listed some of the best mid-sized cities for retirement in Europe. These cities, with their sizable population, are less cramped. And the low population doesn't mean these cities lack behind in modern-day services and amenities. Instead, all are well-developed without being overrun, and equipped with everything that matters most in retirement. Many of these cities already have established international retiree communities, so newcomers feel easy while assimilating. Some of these cities do attract tourists, but not at a level that strips away their sense of livability. So with all that in mind, here are Europe's best mid-sized cities for retirement. Number 12. Granada, Spain. Home to the Alhambra, the famous Moorish palace, Granada is located in the Andalusia region of Spain. With a population of approximately 235,000, it sits in that useful middle ground between city and small town. Basically, it is large enough to feel complete, yet still far less overwhelming than the capital of Andalusia, Seville. It lies at the foot of the Sierra Nevada and is also only about an hour by car from the Mediterranean coast, which gives it a rare mix of mountain air, urban life, and easy access to the sea. For healthcare and practical living, Granada is well equipped. Its public system is run through Andalusia's health service, and the city has a hospital network that covers the metropolitan area, including major public facilities and the large hospitals. There is also a noticeable international presence. As of today, 15% of its populace are of international descent, with most from the UK, Scandinavia, and the USA. In practice, that means an English-speaking retiree can settle here, but basic Spanish will make daily life far easier. Cost of living is not a bargain here, but for the most part, it is far less than the likes of cities like Seville and Malaga. Number 11. Split, Croatia. Located on the southwestern border of Croatia, with a rough population of around 160,000, Split is the second largest city in the country. Being the largest coastal city, it is known for its splendid beachfront, the magnificent shoreline featuring crystal-clear azure waters, as well as many seaside attractions and water sports. It is also the main gateway to the central Dalmatian islands and nearby Adriatic towns, because the port of Split is the largest passenger port in Croatia and handles millions of travelers each year, linking the city to the island and nearby Italy. Its city center has the everyday essentials that long-term living demands, like hospitals, shopping, transport, and a strong urban core. Costs have climbed in Split in recent years, especially as housing has come under pressure from tourism and short-term rentals. But then again, monthly expenses are still far less than Western European standards. On average, $1,900 a month for a retiree is the norm, which means a couple can generally live decently on around $3,500 a month. Many retirees even buy property here, especially in the seaside towns in close proximity to Split, where median price for a two-bedroom apartment is under $240,000, while for a freestanding home, it can climb up to $480,000. Number 10. Toulon, France. Toulon is a coastal city, and much of its southern border is defined by the Mediterranean coastline. With a population of around 180,000, it is large enough to feel complete and small enough to remain livable. Its setting on the French Riviera gives retirees easy reach to nearby coastal towns. The The rhythm of the city is easy to join: morning markets, seaside walks, neighborhood cafes, harbor life, and local food that is firmly Mediterranean and Provençal. The main benefit of living in a small city like Toulon is the availability of low-cost living options across the board. Like housing, food, and transportation in this city cost way less than most of the prominent cities nearby. The median expense to reside comfortably in this city is estimated to be between $2,000 to $2,600 a month. But bear in mind that living costs can increase in the upcoming years, as the housing market of this city is currently unstable. Number 9. Bari, Italy. With a population of around 300,000, Bari is the second largest city on the country's southern peninsula, as well as the most developed urban metro city on the Adriatic coast. Despite being the largest port at Italy's heel, with its access to numerous shipping routes, it is more relaxed and can feel rural at times, especially for those residing on its outskirts. The airport in Bari is also quite robust, charting international flights both to European and non-European nations. The city is also quite cheap to retire in considering all that it has on offer. From historic architectural gems, lively city streets, a seaside promenade, and a nice urban beach to countless exploration activities around the old town, Bari has it all. The average cost of living, including rent and all amenities for a single person, comes out at $1,700. This sum can be even lower if you opt to reside outside the city center. If the main city itself is not your thing, the metropolitan city of Bari includes 40 municipalities, so there are plenty of other communes a short distance away from the center. Number 8. Heraklion, Greece. With a municipal population of 180,000, Heraklion is Greece's fourth largest city and the capital of Crete, which makes it the island's main administrative and focal center. For many international retirees who settle on Crete, Heraklion is the first serious choice. This is because life here is more convenient and practical. It has the strongest healthcare system on Crete, the best transport infrastructure, the island's busiest airport, major ferry connections to mainland Greece, and the widest concentration of services, shops, clinics, and modern conveniences. Moreover, unlike some of the smaller Greek island towns that become extremely quiet in winter, Heraklion remains active throughout the year. Cafes stay open, markets remain busy, public transport continues functioning normally, and the city retains a sense of routine. A retired couple can generally live comfortably on around $3,000 per month, while those living slightly outside the center or away from the tourist-heavy coastal districts may spend even less. Number 7. Alicante, Spain. If you want to retire in a coastal Spanish city without the constant pressure, traffic, and crowding you get in cities like Barcelona, Valencia, or Malaga, Alicante is one of the strongest choices on the East Coast. With a rough population of 350,000, Alicante feels both lively and relaxed at the same time. In general, it is large enough to have proper infrastructure, yet still small enough that life does not feel swallowed by endless traffic or crowds pressing in from every direction. The foreign population here is substantial, particularly retirees from the United Kingdom and Northern Europe, which means English is heard frequently in and around the city center. That said, while one can manage with English in many situations, learning some basic Spanish still transforms the experience completely. The cost side is still reasonable by Mediterranean standards, though no longer cheap. Recent reporting places the cost of living for a retired couple at about $3,200 per month. On the flip side, Alicante is not completely untouched by tourism. During peak summer months, the city becomes noticeably busier, largely because Alicante Airport acts as the primary entry point for Costa Blanca resort destinations such as Benidorm and surrounding beach towns. Number 6. Varna, Bulgaria. Varna is the most premier city to retire on Bulgaria's Black Sea coast. It is in close proximity to several seaside towns like the Sunny Beach and Nesebar, both of which are famous for their beaches. Due to this, there is a high number of international presence in Varna, with tourists, digital nomads, and even retirees hailing from around the world. Yet Varna is more than a resort city. It is a well-developed urban center with solid infrastructure and a good choice of both public and private hospitals, making everyday life notably comfortable for older residents. A monthly budget of around $2,000 is generally enough for a modest yet pleasant retirement here. The city has a population of nearly 340,000 inhabitants and is one of Bulgaria's safest to live in, but of course there are always two sides to a coin, and the city also has a few places that are best to avoid. Other than that, Varna's location by the sea creates a laid-back atmosphere. The city hosts a mix of locals, expats, and international students, which creates an inclusive, open-minded attitude. Number 5. Durrës, Albania. In much of southern Europe, coastal retirement has slowly become a luxury reserved for the wealthy, but Durrës has managed to remain surprisingly affordable. To put into numbers, a retired couple can generally live here comfortably on around $2,000 per month. The city sits directly along Albania's Adriatic coastline, only around 35 minutes drive away from the capital Tirana and its international airport. This means retirees get the calm atmosphere of a smaller coastal city while still remaining close to the country's best private hospitals, specialists, embassies, shopping centers, and transport connections. Having a population of just over 100,000 people, it rarely feels congested. Even the city's long seaside promenade, where locals gather in the evenings for coffee, walks, and conversation, tends to feel relaxed rather than chaotic. Number 4. Graz, Austria. With a population of approximately 300,000, Graz is Austria's second largest city after Vienna, though it still feels far more peaceful than the capital. One of Graz's greatest strengths is its position. Vienna is easily reachable through direct train connections. And beyond Austria, nearby Slovenia almost feels like an extension of daily life here. Financially, Graz occupies an interesting middle ground. By Austrian standards, rents are noticeably more manageable than in Vienna, Salzburg, or Innsbruck, though it would still be inaccurate to describe the city as inexpensive. A monthly budget of at least $3,500 is still mandatory for a comfortable life here. The main downside of retiring to this city, or anywhere in Austria, is language. You can get by with English in some settings, but not everywhere. And daily life still works much better if you have at least basic German. Furthermore, Austria does not have a retirement visa. Instead, the country offers a residence permit for financially independent individuals. This permit allows you to live in Austria, but strictly prohibits you from working or engaging in gainful employment locally. Number 3. Verona, Italy. Verona is one of the most sensible places to retire in northern Italy if your idea of a good life includes the freedom to slip away to Venice for a weekend, or to spend a quiet afternoon around Lake Garda without having to uproot yourself from a proper city. When it comes to expenses, Verona is not cheap, but it is still more livable than the headline Italian glamour cities. A practical planning figure for a retired couple is roughly $3,200 to $3,800 a month. Although rent can be high in its main hub, but there are several listings for a one-bedroom apartment available under $700 per month. Other everyday expenses for eating out and entertainment are also not too pricey, plus day-to-day groceries, utilities, and services are also reasonable. Overall, it's a great choice for retirees looking for a high quality of life in a less crowded Italian city. Number 2. Funchal, Portugal. With a rough population of 110,000, Funchal is Portugal's 6th largest city and the capital of the island of Madeira. The island is located roughly 600 miles from mainland Portugal, but it does not feel detached from mainland standards of living in the way many remote islands do. Funchal has the infrastructure of a proper European city, with a busy international airport, a port built around passenger traffic, and a vast bus network linking the city to the rest of the island. Those who opt to retire here gain easy access to its nature, including the ocean, greenery, waterfalls, and mountains. Aside from the natural settings, it is known for its lively nightlife scene, traditional cuisines, and loads of other cultural activities to take part in. One can spend mornings wandering local produce markets, afternoons overlooking the Atlantic from hillside cafes, and evenings walking through the seaside promenade. Living costs are slightly higher than parts of mainland Portugal because many goods arrive by ship or plane, but even with that reality, a retired couple can still maintain a comfortable life here on around $3,500 per month. Number 1. Ljubljana, Slovenia. In many ways, Ljubljana represents what most retirees actually search for once the fantasy of giant metropolitan living begins to wear off. And because it is the capital of Slovenia, retirees are not sacrificing facilities in exchange for tranquility. The best hospitals, the best transport links, the best restaurants, the best shopping districts, and the strongest public infrastructure in the country are all centered here. English is widely spoken, particularly among younger Slovenians, professionals, service workers, and people connected to the university culture. Therefore, retirees can reside here without feeling socially stranded from the outside world. To top this off, within a short drive you have alpine landscapes, flowing rivers, forest trails, lakes, ski areas, and some of the cleanest natural sceneries of Europe. When it comes to living expenses, a retiree living modestly but can manage on roughly $2,000 per month, while couples wanting a more relaxed lifestyle with better housing and frequent dining out will naturally spend more. Thanks for watching. If you find this video informative, be sure to leave a like, if not then a dislike, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing content.